again, guys. For one of the Discord servers I mod in, we did Pride prompts this month. I'm not recording sketches this go around, even though I intend to going forward, because we have like 30 to get through. So let's jump into the coloring. This is Limerick the Mime Jr. and Juno the Pincurchin. Their story is one of the Super Mystery Dungeon series. Juno was isekai'd into the Pokemon world. Before being transported, Juno was a large, effeminate woman. He was like this to cover up for his insecurity and identity. When he transformed into a Pincurchin, people would mistake him for male, and this brought him so much joy, and he tells Limerick he's trans. Since arriving, he was very lethargic and low-key. He's monotonous and has a resting bitch face. Limerick is a cis woman, but she's bisexual and lesbian. For her, this means she's bi, but has a lean towards women and feminine Pokemon. Limerick and Juno aren't just friends, but they are very close. For day 2, we have Bubbles the Blacephalon. They're agender and polyromantic. They're the leader of Limerick and Juno's rescue team, alongside their partners, Lava Lamp and Firework, who are also Blacephalon. I first designed them as a Poplio fusion, and then I evolved them up to a Preenarina, which I love his design way more for them. They present feminine and are jolly in nature. Their voice is loud and fills the room, seeming to always come from directly next to you. They're big on community service expeditions and love helping people with tasks around the city. They kinda always knew they were agender. It's in their nature as an ultra beast in my headcanon. As for their orientation, it was just something that happened organically. They sort of just fell into a label that fit. For day 3, the prompt was to draw a Pokemon you identify with your own flags. So I chose the Pokemonified version of my little guy down in the corner. Day 4 is an Aerospec Pokemon. I chose Styles, who is a 3X demi-romantic, demisexual, and demigender. You'll also see them in a later prompt. A lot of these guys I'm just gonna gloss by, sorry. For day 5, the prompt was to draw an Ace-spec Pokemon. I picked this cutie I named Ballpit. She's Aero Ace and loves juggling, if you can't tell. She's an Eevee, and as you can see by her tail, she's also trans. She's part of Bubbles' crew. She specializes in rescue missions. Her teammates often come to her if their mission is too tough to handle on their own, as she's rather strong for her size. Day 6 was an agender Pokemon, so I picked Lava Lamp. They are the more low-key and laid-back one of the polycule and like to stay behind and tend to the base. When they're feeling theatrical, they go all out, however. Big gestures, loud voice, the works. They're the biggest Blacephalon so far due to the storm clouds that emanate from them. They are also very smitten for their partners. For day 7, I drew Limerick again, this time with her girlfriend, Banana Bread. The prompt was to draw a lesbian couple. Banana Bread is a rather shy Pokemon. It's hard to be unnoticed, however, since she's bright yellow. Since they started dating, Limerick takes Banana everywhere. The two are practically inseparable, and Banana Bread has really come out of her shell. For day 8, I drew Styx and Izzy. They are both timber. For this one, they've swapped their logs. Styx uses his log as a cane, so he's a little off balance, since Izzy's bolt is a lot bigger than he's used to. They are both very calm people. They aren't in a rescue team, but they do run into Juno and Limerick often when out exploring for fun. Day 9 was to draw a queer man-loving woman couple, so I picked Jackpot and Lottery, the latter of whom is owned by a friend. They are polyamorous, but their third isn't in the group yet, so it's just the two of them right now. Jack works in a casino where he runs the roulette table, while Lottie is like one of those hot women that tells you to gamble. I really like these guys, so I'm glad I got to draw them. Jack is specifically the little spoon here upon request of my friend. Lottie is very much a big spoon. She uses her tails as a blanket. For day 10, I animated. I wanted to animate at least once this month, so I decided on this idea of my Blacephalon spinning in a circle. It was honestly a lot of fun. This was also my first time drawing fireworks. I do figure out their wings by the 3rd time I draw them, but for now, there's this simplified version. This was also fun because it was a learning experience, since I haven't animated something this complex before. Adding in-betweens and thinking about space and stuff is really hard. I wasn't as careful with colors as I probably should have been, but I think the final product is pretty smooth, so I must have done a good job. Especially since I keep coming back to this GIF and just watching them spin for freaking hours. It's really fun to watch. Day 11, I drew Styles again, this time with Sigrid. They are both Umbreon fusions who are low-key emo. They like cuddling and walks around the town. They can be seen at the town's farmer's market. They use their income to support smaller businesses. They aren't part of Bubbles' rescue team, but they are in the same world. They live in the town that Limerick grew up in. Day 12 was to draw someone else's Pokemon. So I drew this cutie, Pascal. He and his girlfriend are T for T, but I only drew him. I was going to draw her in a thought bubble, but I forgot. Nonetheless, Pascal was really fun to draw. I love his gradient. For day 13, I drew some fucking worms. This is Starry Night and Cody. They are a Dratini and Dragonair, respectively. They are besties and consider each other siblings. Despite their size difference, Starry Night is the older one. She doesn't want to evolve and prefers the luxury of being a little guy. If she ever needs anything high up, she asks Cody for help. Plus, Cody has arms. He should be the one grabbing things anyway. Day 14, I drew my goat, Bag of Sand. She's just a silly little guy, like a lot of them are. She's also the first fake mon in this video. She's a Digikit, which are based on robotic pets, like the iDog. I'm obsessed with her design. So much that I have a Poplio with similar vibes. She's bubbly and eccentric and likes flying around the headquarters. Day 15, I drew Kira. They're a Shinx. Shout out to you watching this right now for being a Shinx fan. You know who you are. He's one of those fake-ass don't-give-a-fuckers. He acts like nothing bothers him and then sits in his room at night crying out of anger at the randomest thing that pissed him off that day. Day 16, I did not clean up the sketch as much as I would have in hindsight. This is Emmy. She's a Plusle and Minun fusion. He's just a little guy. He runs around causing mischief throughout the town. Day 17 is Pumpkin. I turned him into a Pokemon. This is based on his design from the Red Fur universe. In the Pokemon world, Pumpkin is hatched from an abandoned egg that Pokemon Longtooth found. It was just a coincidence that it happened to be an Eevee egg, so it was easy to pass him off as a biological child. To give Pumpkin his salmon beak, I used Relicanth since I didn't think Basculegion would work for this, and I like Relicanth more. On day 18, I drew Egg. They're an Absol-Rellor Cramorant fusion, and they look pretty cool for being part Rellor. For their personality, they're just a Eevee guy. Day 19 is one of my favorites. I drew Maple with the lesbian flag colors. She's named after Maple Shade Warrior cats. She's like way more chill. She just likes causing chaos and bothering people. She's a merry little prankster. Day 24 is the return of Juno. There isn't really much more to say about him, so I think I might just speed this up real fast. On day 21, I drew Honeycomb. She's trans femme. As a Weedle Eevee and Kakuna Eevee, she was unhappy as her tail pattern gave her immense dysphoria, but she couldn't quite place the feeling at the time. When she evolved into Beedrill, she met Scout, who you will not see in this video, and learned about transness. She and Scout became quick friends and evolved at the same time. Honeycomb had reached her final form, unless she chooses to Mega Evolve. Day 22 is the return of the clowns. It's been 11 days since I drew a clown. How sad. Fireworks is non-binary, hence they are juggling balls the color of the flag. This is in slight contrast to Lava Lamp and Bubbles, who are both agender. Fireworks is like the fun one. They love exploding their head and the mini fireworks inside. Day 23, I drew Pudding. He's my only CBC in this world. He's based on my favorite little guy, Pom Pom Puddin'. I drew him embracing his inner neon cat. He's not gay, he's just being a really good ally. He looks really dog in this drawing. but he is part Shinx, which you can kind of tell from his pattern. On day 24, I drew another fake mon. This is Bix. They're a Hatchahair Mimikyu fusion. The fake mon is based on Tamagotchis. Bix is yet another silly little guy. I like silly little guys. Next up is the only design prompt, day 25. For this one, I knew I wanted to design based on a cat gender. I first picked bug cat gender, but I was low-key burnt out at this point, so I went with devil cat gender and just slapped demonic on a glam meow. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them, but they were fun to draw. On day 26, I drew Melanie. She's wearing a little lesbian bow on the urging of her girlfriends. She isn't very feminine and prefers wearing nothing, but for her girlfriends, she'll do anything. And if they think she'd look cute in a little bow, she's gonna wear that thing. She's just embarrassed that someone took a photo. On day 27, I drew, this one is Yin, I think? Yeah, Yin. He's one of 2 Abra I have. You'll never guess what the other one is named. Honestly, in hindsight, I would have switched around their poses, as the one I did for Yang is more Yin vibes and vice versa, but whatever. Anyway, Abra is deceptively hard to draw, and I had to reference official art for these. Here's Yang for day 28. I like the pose, but again, I prefer it for Yin. It's kind of funny to me that she's reaching out like that one, Overwatch gif. I'm gonna be honest, I could have drawn her halo way better. It's kind of bad. Day 29, the penultimate day. I drew the Blacephalons again because I just can't help myself. Specifically, this is them and their son, Plasma. I lovingly call him their chud son since he's small, fat, and noticeably not a Blacephalon. He's Bubbles and Lava Lamp's biological kid. He just happened to come out as a puppy, though. Here is where I nail down how to actually draw, or color in this case, Fireworks' wings. I didn't really get it at first, how they did it, but I just kind of stared at his breath for a bit. Finally, day 30 was to do whatever you want. I drew a little pride parade. I was originally going to do every character I've drawn in one big parade, but a parade of little guys is easier and quicker, so here we are. In order, these are Wooperfly, Destruction, Cell, Spike, and Starry Night. Starry Night is here again because I was originally going to draw her for day 17, but I didn't like the sketch or pose, so I switched characters. This is to make up for that. I initially wasn't going to color this one, but that would make it the only one without color, so I went ahead and did that. Also, I added a gay little background. I don't usually do that. That's all, folks. Sorry for any weird pauses and yapping. There's only so much I could say about some of these guys. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more.